Chaucer's First Winter by Stephen Krinsky. Chaucer was a curious young bear. He poked and prodded wherever he pleased, under rocks, under water, even high in the trees. Chaucer's best friends were Nugget and Kit. They were a little older than he was. "In this winter," said Nugget, "we're going to miss you a lot." "Really?" asked Chaucer. "What will I be doing when you're missing me?" "Sleeping," said Kit. "That's just what bears do." Chaucer's parents admitted that this news was true. "Bears do not like to snooze," his father observed. "It's very restful," his mother added, "which is good for growing bears." Chaucer was not convinced. Pretty soon, it was time for the bears' winter nap. Chaucer's parents closed their eyes and began softly snoring. Chaucer was still wide awake. So he stood up. He stretched. Then he went back outside. While flakes were tumbling through the air, Chaucer caught one on his nose and two in his tongue. They were wet to the touch and then melted away. "It's magic," he said. His friends were very surprised to see him. "Why aren't you sleeping?" asked Nugget. "I was curious," said Chaucer. "I wanted to see what winter was all about." Kit nodded. "Well, first we must teach you what to know about snow." Chaucer was ready. Chaucer saw that snow made everything look different. "It's like the land is wearing a disguise," he thought. He passed uncertainly at the top of one familiar hill. "How do we get to the bottom?" he asked. "You'll see." And then they had themselves a wild ride. Over the next few days, Chaucer learned all about snowball fights. After a month, the pond froze over. "Careful," said Nugget as they stepped up. Kit nodded. "You have to get used to it." Chaucer's paws felt funny on the ice. He was much better at sliding than gliding. Chaucer loved everything about winter. The glittering rows of icicles, the pine trees dressed in white. He even enjoyed the coldest winter nights. One gray morning, Chaucer, Nugget, and Kit were out exploring. It started to snow, and it started to blow. Chaucer sniffed the air deeply and began to make giant snowballs. "This is not a good time to play," said Kit. But Chaucer knew what he was doing. He built them a safe place to watch the storm pass. The storms grew gentler after that. The sun got stronger and the days seemed longer. "There's a change coming," said Nugget. Kit took a deep breath. "I can almost smell the flowers." But Chaucer was sorry to see winter go. Chaucer headed back to his family's cave. When he got there, his parents seemed to be just waking up. "Wait till you hear about winter," said Chaucer. "There's so much to do." "Really?" asked his mother. "Who would have guessed?" his father added. Chaucer wanted to tell them all about snow and ice and sledding down hills. He really did. But the rest of his story was going to have to wait.